Boom! He's back. Yeah, last time I left, I was talking about the 7 roles in essence. The 7 roles in essence. Oh, there's a few bugs here. A king is in no way higher up or better off than a server. The roles are simply 7 different ways of being, 7 ways of playing the game of life. 7 ways. Oh, nice. That's the now. Gavin is over there. Where is it? Climbing in the tree. Gavin! Climbing. So a person's soul type has no bearing whatsoever on that person's station in life. A king's soul will live just as many ordinary, hard-working lives as a server. A server has just as much opportunity to become a leader as any king. In fact, the present monarch in the UK is a server, as is the Dalai Lama and former US President Jimmy Carter. I think I said that. The roles are certainly not to be confused with the Hindu caste system. There are similarities in the names, but this is simply because the caste system is a tragic misrepresentation of the nature of the roles. Ancestral lineage and class heritage are human affairs that have nothing to do with actual soul types. Despite the labels used, no gender is implied. Souls have no gender. Souls have no gender. Souls have no gender. I'm gonna get back in the sun because there's a lot of bugs. There's less when you're in the sun. Yeah. Souls have no gender. They simply choose between one or the other for each life to come. There are preferences. However, priests, sages, artisans, and especially servers generally enjoy being female and often prefer it. Kings, along with scholars and warriors, tend to favor being male. That said, the challenge of being female and the fight for equal rights can be very attractive to a warrior. Our soul type is often evident in the first years of life, but then becomes masked to some extent by false selves and false personality. This consists of cultural programming, ego, persona, and so on. The superficial identity we all develop, which has nothing to do with who we really are. Usually it is not until midlife when much of this false identity is broken through that our true essence comes to express itself more clearly. For example, a female warrior in her late 30s who has so far been a stay-at-home housewife might suddenly find her true calling as a political activist. A male artisan who has followed in his father's footsteps in the armed force might have midlife crisis and decide to become a poet. A plane. Whereas our soul type is permanent, everything else can change from one life to the next. Race, nationality, religion, gender, social standing, profession. But the essence and consciousness will be consistent. For example, a certain artisan soul might incarnate as a woodworker in one life, a chairboy in the next, then a housewife, then a wealthy wine merchant, then a child prostitute, then a female shopkeeper, and so on. Throughout all these human lives. However, the artisan will still be innately creative and inventive, seeking to bring their fresh and original perception into being. I am often asked if it's possible to identify with more than one role. In fact, it is almost impossible not to. Here's why. Casting your soul's place in the cosmos and how it affects your soul type. Here's why. Casting. Our role, in a sense, is our true nature, the part we each play in the cosmos. And as the Michael's teachings remind us, no matter what role of essence, the essence itself is composed wholly of love. No matter what the role of essence, the essence itself is composed wholly of love. Complementary opposites. Another interesting thing about the 7 soul types. 6 of the 7 soul types actually belong in pairs. Those in a pair share a similar function or specialism in life. Priests and servers are both inspiration specialists, concerned with the well-being of others, serving the greater good, seeking to improve the quality of life for all. Sages and artisans are both expression specialists concerned with bringing ideas to life, giving from our voice to their inner thoughts and feeling, thereby changing others' perception. King and warriors are both action specialists concerned with turning practice objective into reality, making things happen, setting goals and moving forward them. Scholars stand alone as the neutral role, and they are the assimilation specialists. Absorbing knowledge from life. In each of the pairs, action, expression, and inspiration, one is cardinal and the other ordinal. Another way to put this is in terms of yin and yang. The cardinal of the pair is yang, proactive, expansive, foreground driven, and with a big picture focus. The ordinal of the pair is yin, the equal but opposite complementary energy to yang, reactive, responsive, background, introspective, and with a detail level focus. In the action type roles. What's up, Gavin? Nice sunset tonight.
Yeah.
That's what he said when we get here. He said, "Hey, Daddy, look at the sunset."
Hi.
Yeah. So in the action type roles, the king role is cardinal and the warrior role is ordinal. To use a simplistic analogy, kings embark on wars while warriors fight battles. In the expression type roles, the sage role is cardinal and the artisan role is ordinal. If all the world's a stage, sages are the witty and eloquent presenters of the show, while the show itself is crafted by clever and imaginative artisans. I'll be back. Peace out.